You're not free hit, but you're going to tell me to free hit, boy? What going on?
No, we will get to that. We'll get to that. But, no, but no, for me, for my team, I don't need to free it. But
Right,
I recommend it. Yes. See, just like last week, I would have said, but this current game week, sorry, triple captain, sure, no problem. I triple captain someone very controversial, but
Triple captain.
I know.
I triple captain Saka away.
No, but that's good.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't Salah.
That's not controversial so far.
Everybody said it was Salah. So I just went. I almost did it on Son. I was very tempted.
Son looking good right now. Even
Yeah, I was
Harry.
very tempted. Yeah, I didn't have Harry. I was tempted on Son.
Okay. So how this game we treating you so far, Jarrod?
Well, good so far on 62 points. Taking that because I took a -4.
Right.
I didn't right. So yeah,
I think
just
I
to ring.
was doing -16 and thing now. I didn't know.
Yeah.
On that.
Now I was tempted to do -8 at least. I was real tempted because I would have tried to bring in Payne as well, but I was like, nah, leave it. So I was comfortable with Son. I was bare because I was one of the guys with Trent. Cancelo did nothing. I have a regular one as well, so I was a bit bare. And Sa and Cody didn't come up with clean sheets, but Sa had 2 save points, so that saved me a lot because Sa always comes in clutch. So that helped. That dragged me across a bit, and Son saved my whole game week. And Son and Saka.
Are you thinking? So right now you're triple capping this week. You're not free hitting.
No,
27.
I'll -8 and 27 for me because of my team. Yeah, because of my team, I can -8 out comfortably. And right now, I'm 159K right now. So I'm comfortable with that. I say, all right, I could -8. I want to bring in a few assets. I want to target the City Everton. I want to target these Tottenham Leeds because I mean Leeds are not easier, but the thing with Leeds, they leave so much room in the back that they will get goals. They will get goals. So I push in. So I brought in Kane. I brought in Son.
Already?
And I haven't clicked it yet, but
okay.
You know that in FPL.team, I have that. Right, I'm using that right now. So yeah.
Jose, what are you talking about? I'll share the link.
I just always forget my team and never.
No. I'll share the link for you could do the planner. You could look at all the different games ahead.
Yeah, that's more along Andre Ali. It's just shoot from the hip now.
But I wait, you know. I watched the video with Dia, and I like his style. Trust me, my style is a bit different as well, as you always see from my tweets.
Welcome to another episode of the TriFactor Podcast.
This podcast is for Trini football pyongs and international ones, where we get to discuss all matters of football, both Trini and internationally.
If you are a football fanatic,
this is for you.
If you just stumble upon here by mistake,
don't worry. God doesn't make mistakes. This is for you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Most importantly, give us your feedback for future content that you might be interested in. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing.
Tonight we have FPL, what can I say, connoisseur, FPL planner, FPL strategist. And we're not talking about Andre tonight. We're talking about Jarrod, host of FPL Pavilion, right? Thanks for coming on, bro. Nice.
Sure, thanks for having me.
All right.
That big local now. Local. Didn't know.
Talking about.
Yeah. Only started in August. And trying to we're not just doing FPL. So that's why the name is really Fantasy Pavilion. We're not restricted to FPL. We're doing cricket. We're trying to do
AFCON.
Yes, AFCON was great. Yeah. That was a great series. Yeah, that did really well. Wow. That blew up more than I expected.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have done AFCON now, but
it coincided with Nigeria being back on Twitter now. Yeah. They were back, so everybody was in it. That was good.
It was a decent tournament to follow. Though it was decent, especially for someone that likes underdogs. It was decent.
Okay, who were you backing?
Oh, Mali. I was back in Mali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, the strong teams took it to the final.
Yeah. They did. But they struggled. It's only Senegal really cruised through that tournament.
I mean, Egypt's playing style is a kind of struggle style.
Attrition.
I compared it to Italy. If Italy did that, they would say masterclass because 1-0, defend. So I mean, hey, once you reach the final, that's all that matters. That's the point.
Yeah. Sorry, they couldn't pull it off. All right. So how is the first half of game week 26 going for you, bro? And
Well, as I said,
what
go ahead.
not to cut you off, what strategy did you take coming into the game week?
Okay, sure. So everyone, I have to take it back a little bit. So everyone was excited because Liverpool were facing Leeds, Norwich and Leeds in that order. So obviously everyone was saying triple captain Salah. Now I didn't have Salah up to that point.
Right.
And my plan was not to bring in Salah at all.
Well, that's why I'm
right?
saying that.
Originally, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to triple captain him. I'll triple captain Trent.
Wait.
I'll be comfortable with that. I'll go with that, right?
What
This is
teams are you
before.
reading?
Right? So I was like, all right, because I have Trent. Trent was never leaving my team. Keeping Trent. Even when Trent got injured in the first half of the season, I kept him on my bench. I never got rid of Trent. So I told myself, you know what? Triple captain Trent, that's a no-brainer. Norwich and Leeds, bound to get points, and he could outscore. Because if he got one assist and a clean sheet, Salah could do whatever he wanted. Trent will still outscore him with that clean sheet point. So I was like, right, no problem. And then, well, so my usual office hours at 1 a.m. The match day now, the before deadline, I was like, all right, nah, not feeling that anymore, not feeling it. And then all the rumors, but I'm not someone that takes rumors because Sun, right? I was burned by that Sun thing once, so I didn't want to go through that again with COVID and whatnot. Right? Yeah, when he said he had COVID and he ended up playing, so I was like, all right. Think. What you doing? So I brought in Salah, but I'm not going to captain him. So I brought in, I didn't have Saka, I had Martinelli. So I made a sideways move, brought in Saka because Martinelli was injured. Well, I'm not injured, sorry, I'm suspended. Yeah. Brought in Saka. So watching the team now, so I had Fabinho for a while, and Fabinho hasn't bringing in returns. So I told myself, right, Fabinho, good. So Fabinho, Salah.
Yeah,
I have Son, of course. Yeah, Fabinho brought in returns last week.
Yeah, I know.
More goals than Ronaldo, but for the year, but we won't go there. But we won't go there. But it's only February, so that don't matter. But yeah. So I'm watching my midfield. That's all right. I have as I said, I'm watching the midfield. I had Fabinho, Son, Salah, Bowen, Saka. Comfortable with that. Right, I brought in J. Rodriguez over Weghorst early because of the eye test, right? I don't really use XG and whatnot. I was watching the eye test, and to me, J. Rodriguez was passing the eye test. For me, at least, he was very menacing. I know he wouldn't start. I know he wouldn't have started, but I say, you know what, let me put him on. So I played a 4-5-1. Had Rodri up top, so Cancelo, Trent, Cody, regular on the back line, and Salah was my goalkeeper. And went with
say that for any back again.
Sorry, Cancelo, Trent, Cody, regular.
Okay.
Went with Trent. Stuck with Trent. Trent must start, but of course there were a lot of rumors. Oh, he wouldn't start. Gomez. Bam, locked the team at about maybe 6:35 a.m. on the match day. So triple captain Saka instead of Salah, but I told myself, bring in Salah. Even if I just captain Salah and other people triple captain him, it wouldn't hurt as much. Because it's just one more, captain is double. It's just a few more points. So I say, you know what? Triple captain Saka. Let's go. So I think Saka could destroy Brentford. And and that was the plan going into the game week. Yeah, that's how I approached it.
Okay. Not too bad, not too shabby.
Man, that team could have worked out a lot better if we didn't get. Is that hard luck seeing what them coaches do? Resting some serious man.
I don't know why Andrea say club do rotate now, boy.
Yeah. I'm glad we had that in 4K. Who does we talking about?
So I'm just running theory that club does rotate, and Andre was proven right that club heavily rotated and burned Real men.
Yeah. It definitely burned. But you see, we should have foreseen it. But I was telling myself, in a title race, Manchester City is within reaching. Even if it's Norwich, they still have to go for it. But it almost costed them. Pookie almost. Pookie almost dealt with him early in the game.
Pookie throw away easy.
Yeah, he didn't look good.
And then and for a while there, it looked like it's like Liverpool, maybe like 3 seasons ago. Remember that time where Liverpool used to create plenty but not score plenty?
Yeah,
So they was looking like that, man. I was like, wait, don't tell me Salah really go down blank against Norwich, But then,
there's no way, Andre. There was no way. Anyway, sorry.
Listen, so all I go say to you, Jarrod, is I'll never forget. I'll never forget, but then I'll forget the details. But his last season, COVID season, where Salah come on in a half
against
score a hat trick.
I
score a hat trick or something. So
yeah.
I'm not risking Salah ever again. So whenever the fixtures line up, as long as he was in form in some way, you gonna triple captain this.
Salah was in form.
Yeah. So both of you all triple captain Salah, I'm assuming.
My triple captain went on my guy Dennis.
Hey, all right. Not bad.
Yeah, how much points I get?
They gave me -2 because he got a red card. The first game, Dennis got a red card.
I think so.
That was against
I think so.
Was it Brighton? I can't remember who. But,
oh shucks, you're talking about yes. You went with one of my word. Tough, risky, tough. What is it, man?
Andre, no, not this game week. That was
no catch.
Ago,
Yeah.
AFCON.
Yeah.
That was right after. That was right after you get
Everton, right?
No, they were playing Norwich.
Norwich.
Yeah, they were playing Norwich. I remember that because I didn't buy any of them. I stuck with Pookie because I have Pookie since game week 1. And Pookie outscored King and Dennis.
The curly hair man, the red hair man.
No, that's Sergeant.
Yeah. I think Sergeant busted him up in that game.
Yeah, Pookie assisted.
Sergeant scored decent.
No.
No,
he's beyond scoring goals. He's beyond scoring goals for a living.
So Andre, what was your thought process coming into this game?
The 26th, so this is actually one of the few times I decided to be so I'll make a mix of some smart choices, safe choices.
Right.
And then I'll actually take some punts. I'll take some punts and I get a lesson that maybe I shouldn't be doing punts, right? Because all my punts nothing work out. So my thought was my plan coming in was to have Jota and Salah and Trent. So triple Liverpool for this best matchup.
Right.
I didn't consider Spurs at all because I thought City was gonna shut them down. But I should have known though the history of Conte and Pep. Conte just beats them,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not just that. Spurs beat City. Spurs always beating City for a while now. Yeah.
True. So my plan was really there's a couple of things happen. So I like. So you say the eye test. I am also eye test. I mean, I just watch the FBREF or what's the website, right? FBREF, I think. Anyway, I was watching the website, but I just do eye tests. But the eye test these days, new sun and thing, I can't watch no sort of full games, right? So the stretches is I go watch a 10-minute highlights.
Yeah. Right.
I go see what people are talking about on Reddit, Twitter, whatever, right? So I like what I saw from Weghorst.
Right? Okay.
I like what I see, but then I hear he injured.
Yeah. So
he injured.
That's bad news, boy.
Nah. It was real.
No.
He was injured, but I should have waited. So I make my transfers Friday morning.
Ooh.
I didn't wait until deadline because I know I was going to be busy and all kind of
things.
So
Correct. Yeah.
Let's do the transfers now. And at that time, I didn't hear, what's his name? Burnley manager.
Sean Dyche.
All right. I didn't hear Dyche come out saying, he'll be all right for the game. He'll be all right, right? So I actually tried. So my punts this week was, so I brought in 3 players. I took a -4 because I had a transfer in the bank.
The 2 free transfers, yeah.
So I did Salah in. Because Jota was out, I kept Bruno. And I looked at Bruno's fixture as well.
Smart.
I watched Bruno's fixture as well. I was like, this is points. So I'll keep Bruno anyway.
Lead jogging.
All right, but then I brought in Ashley Westwood. Now, I went left field.
What's Jarrod?
Watch, man. I went left field. The thinking there is, all right, Weghorst. If
Right.
anything, I know Weghorst is 7 foot tall.
Correct.
I know Westwood is on there. Direct free kicks, corner kicks.
Sure.
Not direct free kicks, indirect free kicks.
Indirect,
corner kicks.
yeah.
So I was just thinking, all right, we only just go set pieces and thing. Nobody really talking about them. This will be my little punt. Double game week 2. So in the worst case, let me say you get two pointers. All right, I get 4 points.
You take 4 points, yeah.
And then up front, I say, because Weghorst was out and because Jota is out, I say, okay, the triple Liverpool will be Firmino up front.
Ooh.
Firmino up front, Salah, Trent.
Oh.
I'll come to find
out for
out.
these both games? I was here.
It seems like muscle issue. So
yeah, when they bench.
But that's what I ask now.
So I actually benched Bowen. Something actually tell me Bowen wasn't going to do good this match.
Yeah, well, that was a good move. Yeah,
and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I benched Bowen and I don't know who, somebody else that decent, but
you get out 2 points from Bowen.
But I think he even get 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, Bowen got 1 because he got a yellow card.
So I have Bowen and Dine on the bench with Brandon Williams as well. So a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
In this game week, nothing. But that was the plan. So I have so my team is a 3-4-3. I was trying to get I did build this team towards the doubles. So of course I follow in Ben. So long time Ben layout on the spreadsheet was the possible doubles and possible. I was like, all right, Ben. All right. So I have Foster was on a double in goal.
Right.
Trent double, Tierney double,
Right.
Cancelo single.
Right.
Fernandez single. Westwood was a double, Salah double, Saka double. Hudson Edward, which has been my most regrettable transfer of the season. This is the worst transfer of me.
Yeah.
I need to get him out. All right. So there's Hudson Edward.
Just interchange with Ben KK randomly.
Apparently, but he was
Patrick rotates a lot now. Patrick rotates a lot.
But like Edward had a stretch until FPL Twitter say Edward. Then all of a sudden he started getting like rotated. And when you watch his points, he was getting all the appearances before. Now Dennis actually returned this match day.
Correct.
And then Bobby. And then Bobby with his injury. So
wow.
It is what it is. I try a punt. I feel like I was gonna
you tried to.
I feel like
You tried
so
to.
now the Bobby one, I know that was for me, I didn't find that to be so punty. Like
okay.
Because if Jota is out, Diaz is new. Surely he gonna play, and when Bobby play, he will get a little assist or something.
Yes, or score. Right. Correct.
So I was like, Bobby is not that much of a risk. The one that was a risk was Westwood.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, mana COVID. So
mana
COVID, and Deitch didn't talk about COVID until after. So
So both games then.
Nah, they say he could be back for the second. They say he could be, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
How about you?
Good. Me?
How about you?
Standard, Laporte stays, Foster stays. I brought in Gabriel and Saka. Arsenal in. Arsenal conceded, as Arsenal do, the 95 horse. Come on. Anyway, Trent on my pitch, and he gonna play against Leeds, so whatever points he gets gonna be that.
Yes.
But boy Rafa, I wish he didn't get the yellow. Return. He play Liverpool next. Hopefully he do something. Bowen with the 1 point. Saka must have. I'm scared for that Wolves game though. Wolves.
Yeah.
The solid boy.
Yeah. And as much as I triple captain Saka, I really need the clean sheet points in that game. Because I could get 9 points from him if it goes 0-0. I will take that. Because I need Cody and I need some bonus points from Cody, and I need as much. But as an Arsenal fan, we need to win. So that's a whole different ball game, you know?
What? Is Arsenal man too?
Yeah, but the greatest team in London. Yes.
My brother.
We should have established that early. We should have established that first. Yes, Arsenal fan. Yes.
How you going, bro?
Thanks, very good, bro.
How's your mental health? You alright?
Condolences, fellas. Condolences. It gets better. Things look up,
Wait, before I go on, Jarrod, Arteta?
I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it simple.
Okay.
Arteta out, but Arteta out from the beginning.
Right.
I didn't want him from the start. I didn't want an amateur coaching my team. Simple as that. Nothing toxic here. All right, but nothing toxic. I just didn't want to. I didn't want an amateur who never coaching my team. That was the only my grievance.
Understood. I won't go down the reason.
Yeah.
That might take it. But Salah must have for me.
Yeah.
Captain.
Say Captain Salah.
Yeah, I bet I can triple him.
No, that's as I said. You would not lose out. You would not lose out by much because captain is still double. It would
You saying that unless he scored 2 against Leeds?
No, but what I'm saying is, if you had enough other doublers around you, if your team was, so if you had maybe Son, if you had Saka as he had, and if maybe your defenders, if you had 2 defenders that brought in some clean sheet points, no matter what Salah did, with your captain on him, you would have been fine. The match would have been good. It would have been good.
Maybe.
Dennis up top. I had to stick with Dennis.
Yeah, smart.
I stuck with Moppy.
Smart. Okay, yeah, not bad.
Moppy have a double this week?
No.
But
that was last week.
Beating Brighton was shocking to me, bro.
3-0 too, you know. It wasn't even like a 1-0 last minute. When I see the scores going in,
Bro, when I heard Rodriguez got that last assist, I was like, yes, vindication. Vindication.
And who else? That was it. And Antonio, he needs to leave my side.
Yeah.
On my bench,
was a sub.
Simicas, about 5 points.
Patience. No, I you need to have patience in this, huh?
Patience.
Yeah. Right now you better Trendo play again. Right, they got 5 points off the bench.
5+ if Robertson no play.
Exactly.
Nah,
he will play. He'll play the second.
Yeah, he'll play this game.
I think Antonio was hard to sell because it had so much other things happening now.
Yeah, the fires in the team. Correct. Yeah.
Only fire tempo work whatsoever. That's the only.
I mean, Jimmy's the other option. Jimmy's the other striker.
He didn't score though.
He assisted.
He assisted.
But you have a double, and I think you're gonna have a next double too.
I believe so. Yeah.
So, all right. So, what about 27, Jarrod? What are you thinking there?
Okay, so 27, no problem. So, as I stated, I have my planner here, so I could run through what I want to do. Try to be prepared for you guys as best as possible.
Yeah, man.
So, the main consensus that all the pundits, everyone is stating that they want to free hit in 27. Now, because of my team, I am not free hitting, right? We go with my plan first, and then we could go to the drafts, right? So, now, free hitting in 27 makes sense because a lot of the big teams are not performing. So are not playing, right? Blanking, right? So you have Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea blanking. So that only leaves United, Villa, Everton. So not much to pick from, and most people won't have assets from those teams. So, of course, free hitting is the best choice. But me being me, I have a few players well in that 27 basket, that I don't want to, are comfortable with. I'm very comfortable with my team. It's just that I have no bench. I'll be going into it with no bench. I'll be going in with exact starting 11, no bench, which is very ballsy. But as I like to say, green arrows favor the bold. So I have to go strong with it. So I take it on -8, hoping that the guys that I bring in could give me some good points. So the guys that and this is just my team quickly. What I'm going with. So what I'm going with so far for 27 quickly: Raya, Cancelo, Laporte, Cody, Reguilon. I'm hoping Reguilon is back. Bowen, Mahrez, Son, Rodriguez, Pukki, Kane. So that is my team there.
Rodriguez, Pukki.
Yes. So I had Pukki since early in the season. And you see, the thing is with Pukki, I can explain Pukki really quickly because people like to laugh at me with Pukki. But the thing with what I love about Pukki is a great enabler. People like to, rip apart the teams and bring in the premiums and bring in midfielders. But I could do that at any given time because I don't have...
Pukki?
Pookie right now. Let me tell you quickly. Pookie. View information. Pookie is 5.8. And he's a great enabler. But I had him from a long, long time, and I always know when to play him. Every time I play him, he scores, he assists, puts him back on the bench.
So you're bringing Kane this week. Wow,
I brought in Kane and Laporte, and I brought in Mahrez for this game.
Yeah, Mahrez is a popular pick now. He in form. He on penals.
Yeah, John penals.
Everton is garbage.
Everton is Everton right now. Yeah.
So,
yeah. And most important, City are upset. City lost. And you know something about City. When City lose a game, you don't want to be the team that they play.
But can you call it the roulette?
Can you call the lineup?
Oh, well, we have on our channel, Fantasy Pavilion, we have a wheel that we use, a polypep wheel, dedicated to picking a City asset, and most time it's correct. Only once it was wrong. It was wrong in the sense that the guy didn't perform. It gave us Fernandinho. He got 3 points, but it always picks the player that starts. Always.
How you calibrate that wheel, boy?
All of
my model.
My colleague, Kevin Lala, he's the one. I don't interfere. I just ask him to do it for me, and he does it, and it's brilliant. Right. He did Foden the week before. So it always comes up trumps. Always comes up trumps. So because as you said, the roulette. But what we do, because we play a lot of Champions League as well, we factor that in as well and try to. But for some reason, it looks like he is using Mahrez for both, which is shocking because normally he doesn't. Mahrez is a safe bet. Bernardo has not been hitting the form he's been hitting earlier in the season because he was in my team for a long time.
And do you have a theory about that?
Yeah.
What's my theory, boy? I forget.
Everybody back Bernardo is not the man.
Oh yeah. Hard luck.
No, well, De Bruyne coming back with a van is what spoiled the Bernardo party.
When everybody fit, Bernardo drops into that silver-ish role, right? So
exactly.
Hard luck.
Exactly.
Well, hard luck, see.
Yeah.
I guess so you do -8 this week.
Yeah.
That's fine. So is your plan for 28? What are you doing 28?
A wild card in 28. A wild card
in 28.
Yes, and I will plan ahead. So I'm hope now it'll be tricky to plan 30 into the 28th wild card because again some other teams blanking. But it all depends on the FA Cup tie. So
do we know when again announced the blanks?
By maybe around just before 29 or so because FA Cup rounds coming up. So that's when we'll know what's happening. City have to lose for them to continue their games. A few big teams have to lose for the games to continue. For the scheduled games to continue. So
you think?
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you. So I know the doubles are coming up. So Leeds have a double coming. Arsenal have a double. Arsenal have a blank first, but they have a double coming. Newcastle have a double coming. Wolves have a double coming.
Villa
have a double coming. So are you attacking that with your wild card?
Yes, hard, heavy, all the way. But as I said, I have to try and factor 30 in. Even as far as 31 will be tricky because of the blanks. But I will because of the type of players I pick, it shouldn't be too difficult. So I'll be trying to factor those in. But as I said, I didn't see the need to free it because I was comfortable with what I had. I just needed 2 players to come.
Yeah.
And I went for 3 instead.
So you're only taking a -8. You plan to take anyway, I guess it depends on what come out. Because what happens in 29, right? I think 29, everything is set there. It's just 30 is where a bunch of games to
we are unsure. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
But planning so far ahead makes me anxious, boy. I can't keep track, boy.
Nah, you gotta use the website. So we gotta link the website here, show it again.
Andrew, I'm not gonna use it, Andrew.
But you use it to set your mind at ease now. You just do a plan, so you just make some transfers there. It actually even shows what I like about the this website that Jarrod talking about too. I like how it just show you so you can make the transfers on 27, right? And then hit next with the 28.
Yeah.
and make transfers in 28, and then it shows you, hey, the transfers you made on 27, you made these, 28, you made, so you kind of...
Yeah, like a little calendar, a planner. It's literally a planner. It's really decent. You could pull up the first picture what I've sent you, and I will show you. I just sent you like 3 options, just varying options. This is not teams that I would have picked. This is my advice that I would give, because my disclaimer, the way I play is not the way I advise. I will advise you the template way, because it'll be irresponsible of me to tell you, hey, do like me and bring in the Curry from game week 1. Don't mind the Curry was amazing, but for me, that's my player. I would tell you, right, have your Salah, do whatever. I will advise you the template way, but my way I play, I don't play the way I advise.
So you play the game, are you an upside chaser, or are you like a fun, like you just want to choose players that you like? Or
no, never. No, I'm going first. I want to win it. But the way I play, so normally I have 2 teams, right? I have an A team and a B team. Now, the A team will be the way I would never play, and the B team will be the players. Now, the thing is, 20 teams in the league, and everyone always chases just the top 6 players alone, and maybe a sprinkle from the others, right? The mid-table ones. But there's so much other players doing the same things those guys doing that are cheaper, and can enable you to switch around in case any emergencies, if you want to bring some premiums, anything at all, premium defenders, goalkeepers. You can have a balanced budget team. So what I normally do, I will have my A team with the Keens and whatnot, and then my B team will be the players that and then later down in the season, I like to bring in the guys fighting for promotion, because those guys that are trying to stay up from relegation, those guys are the ones that will bring in some returns. So what I did this
just now.
Right. So what I did, right, Rashika, Pookie, Sarge, if either wasn't injured, trust me.
Yeah.
So what I've done this season was I mixed my A and my B team. So I mixed my A in a way that I fused what I would normally do with the B on the A. So I use the spine. So I make sure that my spine was template. So my spine was
Trent.
So the spine was Trent, Salah, and for me, Vardy, right? Mm-hmm. And my goalkeeper was Martinez, because Martinez, based on his form last season, would have been the best
option. Bonus, yeah.
Right. So that was my spine. And then now I sprinkle about the players that I look at that I know will do well. So as I said, the Correys, I had Tillemans, I had Mopi as my striker, I had Antonio, that kind of thing. And those guys at the start were decent. I had Duffy from the start, and those guys were bringing in heavy returns like rain. So as I say, I don't advise the way I will advise you the proper way. I'll do all the research for you, what the pundit's saying, and go with that. All right. So this team that we have up here. So this is one of the free hit drafts that I've as I said, done for you all here for your show. So we are trying to attack the double game week. Of course, it's only Burnley, right, that have double games. But we also want to attack the Everton game, and we want to attack the Leeds game. So as you can see, I went very aggressive with Spurs. Right?
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive. Triple Spurs. And this team is doable financially, guys. So don't be afraid about budget. Right? It's very doable. Now, I didn't go the Bruno route because I know Bruno's on fire. Right? I went the Sancho route. Sancho is cheaper and enabled you to bring in De Bruyne. Now it's up to you.
He returning.
Yeah, and he's returning. Now it's up to you. Now this team, of course, is easy to manipulate. You can take out De Bruyne, you put in Bruno, right? You can manipulate it how you would like. The money is there, the budget is there to do it. But I like this particular option because it is budget friendly, but very aggressive because they have.
But is this Is the idea here a free hit team? Or
this is the free hit team. This is a free hit team. This is your free hit team. And we're trying to attack the best matches for that game week. So as we know, Southampton are playing Norwich. Now, I do foresee Pookie scoring, but that's just me personally, right? But barring that, Livramento. I would not have gone Livramento personally. I would have gone Kyle Walker-Peters. I love how he's looking so far. He's doing the same thing as Livramento, getting advanced, And he has decent returns, but of course, Livermento's Livermento. So Livermento.
But I think he's more expensive too, though. I think Kyle Walker-Peters is more expensive.
Yeah, that's going to take 4.8. Yeah, I think Livermento might be 4.3 or something like that. So that's the next thing. So of course, Pope. So we're attacking the Burnley double, of course. So Pope in the back, Pope is solid. They can't go wrong with that. Roberts, he would have had. No, we were unsure about him starting this second game, but so far it looks he's on course to start this next.
So who
and he was at
Lowton.
Yeah. Right? So Roberts looked great on the eye test. He was assistant, he was advanced, he was linking up with Weghorst very well, which is what you want to see. Right. Of course, Laporte. Now, the reason I didn't go Cancelo was a little pricey, and I needed Laporte as the enabler, but I could not miss out on a City asset. And Laporte sometimes gets advanced. He sometimes puts some bullets in there, and sometimes he gets some returns as well.
He got one return.
Yeah, no, he gets advanced.
And that was the week. I didn't have him a free hit.
When they buy him, and then what happened?
I always had him, Andre, and that was the week.
Oh, yeah, true.
That he free hit.
Yeah. I know every FPL crew has someone that heavy. Who's the heavy person on the crew? Who's the person when he buy a player?
Right there.
Every FPL crew have a heavy person.
Hey.
As you jump on my player, oh gosh.
Antonio was going real good.
Right, so
that's me, boy, Jarrod.
No, it would have been great to probably maybe have a Man U defender, but I'm not confident in the defense, so that is why I did not do that. I know some people might say Dalo Teller is sure looking good. I'm glad for you guys. I will not recommend that if I was advising someone properly. Now, ignore the captain and the vice. I'm not captaining Sancho. I just didn't get a chance to move it. Okay. Right? So please ignore that. I will captain, obviously, De Bruyne. You could vice captain Son or your vice captain Kane. Safer option. No.
Am I Captain Kane in this, yes?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
No. Son.
Kane score 1 point in the next 2 matches. He ain't captain Kane at all. Anyway.
Son Kulusevski and Kane as a no-brainer against Leeds. Now, Kulusevski looked great. I know it might be too early to jump on him, but he looked really, really good. I was really impressed by how he played. And no one would risk.
Do you know if he nailed, though? Do you know if he nailed? I don't know.
He will definitely play.
You think so?
Yeah. If not, he will come on. And he could do something.
Yeah. Spurs have Conference League to play, though. Big tournament, dog.
You know, out of that,
always Arsenal, man. It's also like that, man.
Mora knocked them out, man.
You serious?
Yeah, to me, they're not supposed to be in there anymore. To me, they got knocked out long time. No, they got knocked out.
Hey.
Yeah, early.
I think Conte wanted that.
Yeah. I would have wanted that just to focus on the league. Yeah.
Most likely.
Now, of course, the front three. Well, I already spoke about Kane, so Weghorst and Che Adams. Now, why not Broja?
Yeah.
Adams. No, this was a bit. Yeah, Adams. No, it's a bit personal for me because I'm watching Adams since game week 1, and Adams, the way that Southampton are playing now, and I think against a team like Norwich, Adams will be the guy. Broja may score, yes, but it will be most likely because of an Adams assist. I can see Adams scoring an assist in this game. I can see him hauling. Weghorst, of course. Go ahead.
I just feel like people getting carried away with Southampton a little bit. People treating Southampton like Leeds. You know, like how Leeds, you know, they can't defend, but you know they're going to score. Right? People treating Southampton, I find Southampton
is like all season, Andre.
I know, but they are a very temperamental team, though. Yeah. Sometimes they just show up. Anyway, you know about the 9-0s, right? So sometimes they just show up and there's nothing whole game.
Well, you see, this is why this game reminds me of the Watford Norwich. This is why I went Pookie for that game, because Norwich fighting for their life and they'll be coming at them, and Norwich has improved defensively. They looked okay against that Liverpool side. Granted, yes. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, they get better.
So this game will not be so cut and dry, and that is why I feel Broja will be Now, Broja will shine. Obviously, nothing is black and white or set in stone, but Adams is a man for this kind of game.
I have a feeling. So when is the double game week they have? 28? When does Southampton have a double?
Hold on.
Because everybody online talking about Broja.
Yeah, I'm not a big Roger fan, but I mean, I'm not discrediting his how amazing he has been at all. He has been amazing.
He gonna be Sané double game week from seasons ago.
Wow.
He'll go down in folklore as one of the biggest heartbreaks. Everybody bring in Broja, ting. At one point and a sub. So that Shane Long could get some
my
minutes.
goodness, Shane Long. When I saw Shane Long, I was so yeah, Southampton doubling 20. So they're playing Villa and they're playing Newcastle. So I mean,
on paper, good games.
On paper.
And that's after Norwich, so that's 3 games, good games.
Yeah, that's 3 great fixtures. Yeah, it only makes sense that I would definitely advise again. Definitely try to have a Southampton asset.
But let me go and watch their fixture results here.
Right. So here now, switch it up a little bit and went aggressive now with the City assets. Right. Same backline. So you see again. So I was just showing how you could tinker a little bit and bring in. And if you wanted, Cancelo looked great last game. He should have had a hat trick. He should have scored a bag of goals in that last game. Yes, yeah. Cancelo had a.
Because he was against the worst right back in the league. Correct. By some distance.
Correct. No, facts. And
by some distance.
Cancelo was all over him, and Cancelo should have put away at least 3 chances. And that is not me be exaggerating. I watched the game. He was all over him. So, of course, here the biggest change really is just the City assets. I was just trying to show you how you could get more City assets in. It's Everton. We don't like to underestimate teams, but it's Everton. Everton defense is woeful.
Everton is terrible.
Woeful. But the thing with Everton, as I keep saying, whole season, as poor as Everton are, they always seem to score a goal. Always. I don't know what it is. This game week, though, they failed to score this game week here, but for some reason, Everton always find a way to score. So I always try to keep that in mind when advising people going too heavy against Everton. But City have the best defense.
Jarrod, your thoughts on Foden so far in the FPL season?
Up and down. Yeah, no, he has not touched my team since, ever. No, I've never been convinced. Only Bernardo, as I said, Cancelo, I had Diaz at the start before I brought in anybody else. I had Diaz early, and that was it really. No, I was never impressed. Because he was more of a UCL asset more than an FPL asset at the start. So his minutes were always managed, and then of course he disciplinary problems. So I was like, all right, but up and down. Sorry?
Grealish. You had Grealish at any time?
Yes, I had Grealish in game week 1. Yes, so I had Grealish and Diaz at game week 1. Yes.
That's Andre Boyne. Anyway.
Yeah, nah.
Who?
Grealish.
I like Grealish. Grealish is a decent player, but
right
for some reason,
Grealish up and down.
It's not working out, boy. It's not working out.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
Man saying it's too late to call him a flopper.
Nah, he do that next season.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Yeah. Maybe they should have him like carry the line in Champions League. Have him do that and see what could happen there. Put him in the big boys arena and see what he could do there. If you keep him for just Champions League, don't push him with the Premier League. But I thought someone like him who played in the Premier League and did it with a team like Villa.
And
Pep. Yeah. Pep overthinking it and trying to.
The Mars effect.
Yeah. Listen, so as much as people like Mars and thing now, dog, don't ever forget don't forget the Riyadh that was at Leicester. Pep has definitely, he ain't put enough sugar in that Kool-Aid, dog. That is diluted. Yeah. That's a diluted form of what Riyadh Mahrez was about.
So, really do. Correct.
It's hard luck, see. It's part of, you're playing a different kind of football. It's about dominating the ball. It's about dominating the ball more. So, all right, you lose some of the...
See, why not keep possession?
Yep.
So this one now, I tried to bring in... Right. So I brought in Bruno now. Right? To appease everybody now and try just to show a different side. Now, of course, you still have your solid City midfield. So you have your Foden, your Mahrez, you have Son, you still have Kane. You can't go wrong with that. And of course, you had to sacrifice a City defender. Now, what I wanted to talk about too in the earlier ones, but you don't have to bring it up. I'll just talk about it quickly. The bench. Now, the bench are not just fodders. The bench are people that are actually starting. So in case of anything, it's still guaranteed 2 points. Amate is 3.8, by the way, people. And he starts. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you get 1 pointers. You get 1 pointers.
No, but just saying. Rashika starts. He scored against Liverpool, and he had assists previously. Aaron starts. So I mean,
big deflection though.
Gun. No, when they free it, and just like to put the 3 pointer, any just 3 point, this 3 point that's on the bench, and not, but again, you have to try and have a safety. No, this is not a safety bench, but at least in case anything, you can get something. You get something off the bench. You get something off the bench, right? So that's why I wanted to highlight the bench. Now, of course, I got Bruno in. I brought in me and Roberts because you never know. This could be a game where it is Burnley. You could get a clean sheet out of it. It is Burnley, right? Crystal Palace and Leeds. I can see the Crystal Palace game going 0-0 for sure. And again, you're getting what, 12 points there? You get not even 12 points, right? You get a good bit of points there because it's me, Roberts, and Pope, right? So, right, that's 18 points there alone.
It'd be a brave man to double Burnley, boy.
Yeah, I know, but again, right, it's triple, but I remember
double defense.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you could do this, right? You could do this and rotate from there. So. Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Sounds good. And this game week 28.
27.
I think so right now I'm tossing up some ideas, but I know the deadline approaching.
The only thing I'll have to correct here though, of course, my bad, is that you can't have 4 players from one team. So of course you could always drop Pope and bring in a further keeper. But I just wanted to show that you could have.
Really quadruple, but
but you can't do that. Yeah, but you could go with the double defense and have Weggles on top. That is a good option.
Yeah.
So I do recommend the free hit. As I said, it's just that I always tell you play your way, play your game, and for my game, it's free hitting for me. I don't need to.
Right.
I don't need to.
So you in any money league?
No, I don't really play money leagues. Not yet. I know next season a lot of people are gonna be inviting me. I'm not sure yet. But no, I don't really do money leagues. No.
Right.
But in a lot of leagues though. And another league for the channel as well, where I'm trying to have a prize.
I'm doing that. That'll make me stay up all night.
I indirectly get affected by that because one of my crew members, he is in a money league and always messaging me, who's it putting, what to do. So we up always late think because he want to win a good pot. And the pot is decent too, eh? Decent pot. So the monthly pot is really decent.
Nice.
How long you playing FPL? So I know you started the podcast last August, but how long you playing?
Well, FPL, a few years now, quite a while. I played UCL first. UCL fantasy was always what caught my eye. I've been playing that long. Yeah, even before that. I was 2006. Even be a little before that. But I playing UCL fantasy a while and maybe FPL since 2006 probably. A while.
You playing FPL since 2006?
A while, but not aggressively. Not aggressively. It's only recently, maybe 2016.
You get to see the legends then.
So 2016.
You get to see all the FPL legends. You get to see them then.
We're playing a while now, but 2016.
You get to see Alexis Sanchez.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Mahrez. You get to see Van Persie.
Rooney. Yeah.
Cool.
No, Aguero.
Man killing it.
Yeah.
Nah, we wasn't playing them. We was just watching the game.
But I started aggressively in 2016. 2016 is when I started aggressively. And well, this season will be my best season so far because of the content creating and because I was mixing the strategies a bit. Yeah, so far, hopefully I want to try and I'm not aiming for 100k, top 200k. I could with that.
Nah, this year, you had to aim 100k though.
Yeah, with you, but I'm
it's 100k. We had to hit 100k.
So when did you start podcasting, Jarrod?
So it would have been August. The week before the deadline, before the season started.
First season.
Yeah. This is my first year. This is my first time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What led you to this? To start
well, I have to say it in a nice way because I don't want to get you all cancelled. So literally 3 a.m. a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, she was cursing me out saying, just start. Because I wanted to do this 5 years now, right?
Yeah,
5 years ago I wanted, but I keep making up the excuse. I have no camera, lights, making the poor excuses and not starting. So, and I keep telling her, no, I don't have this, I don't have. And she literally used a lot of expletives and said, start.
Yeah.
So what was a Monday or sometime that week, the week before the weekend, it was that episode was terrible visually, but apparently people liked the advice. So what I did, I just literally did a walkthrough for beginners, how to start it, how to pick your players, what to do. I explained his spine and then explained to them, pick the players you like, and then eventually got some friends to come on and it built from there, and now 203 subscribers now.
Nice.
And we're pushing through.
Yeah.
Nice. So did you know there was like a FPL community in Trinidad before?
Well, I didn't know there's FPL community in the world. I used to just play by myself.
Right.
I didn't know it was so huge. I didn't know it was this. No, I knew NFL and whatnot was huge. I knew this was big, but I didn't know that there was just so, like, there was this whole thing with, the XG and the spreadsheets and grassroots versus stats. And it was like, I didn't know there was this whole plethora of, content creators. And then the whole Twitter
Grass
world.
Grass FC versus Analytics FC.
Exactly. I didn't know that I didn't know it was so huge. I literally just used to play with a class with myself. That was it when we started. And then eventually, of course, the automatic leagues you'll put in, the Trinidad, the Arsenal, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it's only when I started this season really getting into
You didn't see that?
when only getting into this season with the content creating and meeting so much people from all over the world, I realized, wow.
You know you have some by chance, Jarrod?
No. I never been able to link up with them.
Wait, so you didn't know about like the online community until this season, bud?
No, I'm off the grid now. I'm off the grid kind of person. I only use Twitter for news. I never use Twitter to interact. So it's only now that I'm actually interacting with people like Instagram and all these things. Yeah, I'm a kind of off the grid kind of person. I just like to watch news on the Twitter because Twitter is really good for reports and stuff on sports and that kind of thing.
I think it's the same with us too. Like we were not in no communities like that, but you start creating and then you just realize, wait now, what really going on here?
Yeah.
Actually, so on FPL I used to go on Reddit just to see what people are talking about.
Yes.
But then on Reddit people start linking to Twitter and I'm like, what going on Twitter? And yeah, that's where you just see.
Yeah, it's huge. Because look at the Twitter spaces. Those Twitter spaces are mad. I'm always in a Twitter space now. I was supposed to be in one all now, where
that's on that level. Jarrod, on that level.
Nah, they just drag you in. Like once they like you, but the thing is, that always cause controversy. So I don't know how I'm always getting called back. But yeah, well, I'm grateful.
Because the triple captain soccer.
Explain the controversy.
Okay, so I'm the kind of person, especially on my channel, what I try to do, I don't like to talk about the same people every week. So I don't talk about Salah and Trent. When we're making a predictive team, we exclude them. Once you don't have them in your team, I always say, give me your code and I'll play fair. It don't make sense if you don't have Cancelo, Trent, Salah, right? Not making sense. You must have them, right? Of course, before Africa, right? Talking about before Africa, right? Make sure you have, that's the template. And then now you play to suit. So when I go on these spaces and sometimes they're talking about, so what they do, some of them have formats. So the goalkeeper of the week, defender of the week, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes I will jump up and I will say Janssen. Now in the early, I would say Janssen or I would say Cody or something like that. And they were like, they'll laugh me off. And then bam, next week. And then all of a sudden now, those guys are hot commodities. I've been talking about Vardy's from game week 1 to about 8. And no one took me on. Then all of a sudden, hey, Vardy's a good asset. So I don't know. Those kind of, like recently, the double game week with Brighton and Man U, everyone was talking about Bruno. Rightfully so. No problem. I captain Bruno. But I was saying, guys, what about Mope? Oh, yeah, hi. What are you talking about? And then bam, what happened in the first game? The first half of that double, Mope pot.
But that was
and then all of a sudden,
is that Trini FPL community?
No. So international. From Ireland, India, Egypt, all over the world. So, proper. And
they still call him a high man, no? High man is a universal term, man.
Well, and of course, you all know the local term they like to call me, right? Because people like to say I'm a Obia because of the kind of players, Obia man, because the players I bring in.
I didn't see man say the Obia.
Like I remember I was on there's this YouTube channel I like to follow. They do stats heavily, but it is pretty decent the way they do it, called Net That All. Right?
I don't know.
What they do, they break down everything. So they have so what they will do, they will show you which side of the field each team is vulnerable and stronger on. It's pretty decent. So they were doing the same breakdown. Now these are guys from England and America, right? So they were doing the same breakdown. Defender, no, this was maybe game week 9 or 8 or something like that. And I jumped in the chat, Cody. And they were laughing and saying anybody with Cody in the team is a madman. And then Cody went on at least a 6-game streak of bonuses and clean sheets. And I tagged that guy every game week. Every game week I tagged him. And then 2 weeks ago, I showed one of the guys, same guy, showed him a team. He said, "Why you have Fabinho?" I said, "Well, I fed up a Bernardo. I want to bring Fabinho." He said, "That don't make sense." I said, "Okay, cool." Bam. And he tagged me in a tweet saying, "All right." So, you know, as I say, always play your game. But it's been fun meeting a lot of, meeting you all. I've been meeting Dia.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
You don't get beat though. You don't get passer.
Yeah.
Dia's number 2 now.
Yeah.
Dia's number 2 in Trinidad.
Yeah.
That's so heavy, boy.
I don't want to say it's because he was on our show to say, but
boy.
I'm gonna say it's because on our show to say. You should not do that.
Sorry, Dia. But yeah, I was trying to get into Dia for playing football. And then Ray was telling me number 2 I think he was even number 2 in the world at that time.
Yeah, for a second there he was.
Yes.
And I was like, what? I just want to talk to him about Benedict football. Ray said, no, the man is number 2. I was like, nice. So, but may I shout out to Dia, man.
Well, you ain't talk about your team, say for 27.
My team. I'm to my team.
I'm by. Yeah. What's your plans for 27?
Yeah, because I want to know how you're shooting from the hip.
I don't look that far ahead.
All right, so what you gonna do?
Here's what I do, right? I wait till this game week finish because I'll be too antsy and I might press save too early.
Right. Okay.
Because season before, during game, I think I used to and that man injured and thing because the game is so vexed. So now I'm not looking at anybody until this game week is done. I'm not looking at anybody till the Friday before the game or or whenever the day before because
well, the game week starts Friday, so make sure you know when it starts. Right? So Thursday, because we doing a show Thursday or live watch along Thursday to plan and everything. So yeah,
well,
make sure you know.
The calendar wasn't working all the time. Now my calendar and it have every single thing for FPL on it now. I don't know how I do that. What happened? It shows me deadline 2 hours before and thing now.
Right.
I can't miss it.
Nah, that's important.
It's annoying now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So hopefully I still don't forget. So, right. But
you miss any deadline? You miss any transfer deadline this season?
I missed one. I think I'll say I'll get up early and I went to bed. I think that was the New Year's Day one.
Oh sure.
I said I'll get up. No.
That was a mistake.
Yeah,
that was a
big mistake.
That was a mistake.
So game week 27. What? Any double? Burnley double.
Yeah, just the Burnley double. That's it really. But the best games to target really, as I say, the Everton City and the Leeds Man U. Yeah. Even the Southampton Norwich.
Leeds Watford. Yeah. No,
Leeds Man U.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, yes. Man U Watford. Sorry. Yeah. 27.
So yeah, I'll just look at those. City for sure. I'll probably make 2 subs. So City.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't even look.
Not playing.
No, because Arsenal, Chelsea, Liver's blanket.
But so you don't even look 2 games. You don't even watch 2 game weeks. I'll say.
I used to remember. I was
Oh, no transfers.
I was
no hits.
Conservative FC. No hits. And now I taking the -4.
Taking hits every match.
Well, if I give you all a joke,
blanking, like Chelsea. I had to get them with Chelsea man this game week. I can't do that again, boy.
But what I'll say is for sure, I think So I like how the app have the fixture difficulty rankings.
Right, yeah.
Because it's an easy way to look at doubles coming up.
Yeah. But this next game week, I might have to
scroll across and see
because I have Liverpool, heavy Liverpool, heavy Arsenal.
Yeah, but I saying to you, easy with the transferring out. So you might have to free hit because easy with the transferring out Arsenal man.
Yeah,
because Arsenal man have good games coming up.
Exactly, I was not going to say that. Yeah, there'll be some doubles coming up.
And put 3 City men.
Yeah,
and hope they play.
They will play. They will play.
That's the part, boy. I see. I don't know if I always watch. I don't watch them all the time, but FPL Wire with
Yes.
With the two Indian guys. No, it's 3 Indian guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Big Man in it. I forget his name, Zofar or something. Anyway, they had a fellow on who apparently he has been getting the pep roulette right, kind of like your Wheel of Fortune is.
Yeah.
So the fellow gave his predicted lineup, and he's saying how Bernardo gonna get dropped for Gundogan this match day.
I can see that, but I doubt if I can see it because I also predicted Gundogan this weekend.
I was minding Gundogan for a while, you know.
Yeah, the man said Diaz gonna get dropped this match day, so don't bring in no Diaz,
right?
Because he said, truth be told, Pep actually does pick people based on form. So if people playing well, Pep keeps playing them, no matter what league and all kind of thing. And he's saying, no, I'm telling you, people keep talking about roulette, but when you actually look at it, it's because this person playing well, huh?
Come in, Akio.
No, Stones are continuing, man. Anyway, so he had Sterling, Foden, and Mahrez starting. But it's really just the change was really Bernardo out, Gundogan in, and then Diaz in. So interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, the City access is a lot of mental. You had to really take your time and yeah.
Contemplating a -4 and then a -8 in 28.
So you're comfortable with your team so far. That clearly means you're comfortable up till 29.
Well, I'm concerned I have 1 free hit left, and of course I have a wild card too. I am concerned about what is coming in 30. I know everybody is saying that the players that double in 28 and 29 are gonna most likely play in 32, I think, is what they're saying.
Me.
Right?
Yes.
But I'm concerned about 30.
Yes. 30 is
and then I'm interested in, I think 33 or 35 is also supposed to have something coming.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to keep more. So it's either a wild card for 30 and forward, or a free hit for 30 and then wild card for 35, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, 35, 36. Yeah.
For me, because I am only -8 away from having enough players to do up to 29, I good. But I don't really like taking -8. Usually I just kind of try to stop myself at 4. So the -8, and really and truly, the reason why I'm getting the -8 is because I'm trying to force myself to have 11 players for 27.
Right.
So really and truly, I sell in Salah just to bring him back. But maybe I shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
13.1.
Huh? Yeah, 13.1. But the mad thing I'm gonna do, but I think is the right thing, right now at least, I think I'm gonna sell the Midlands Messi. I'm gonna sell Jarrod Bowen.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna sell Jarrod Bowen.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, I feel like their fixtures
turn in.
Not really that great no more.
No, turn in. Yeah.
So Wolves is not an easy team. Liverpool is a hard team.
Yeah.
I feel as if Steven Gerrard gonna lock down Aston Villa now. I feel like if Tottenham actually gonna start playing better. Everton. So then after that, so that's 5 games that is called. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, to get back good. So then they have Everton, Brentford, Burnley. Right? But the way I see that is, I feel like if selling Bowen allows me to get, because what I'm trying to get is, I think I'm going to punt on ASM because he have 4 games. He have 2 double game weeks back to back. That's if he's fit.
If I'm not going to bust your bubble, but all right, good.
But that's if he's fit.
All right.
And then I think, what's his name? Rafinha. So Leeds have their double coming up too. All right, so
I'm trying to see if I still have my
But why ASM? No, I mean, yes, good player.
Talk about else on Newcastle. Who else Newcastle have really?
Oh, you want to attack the double? You're trying to attack the double.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to have.
Okay.
So this season. So while I say he was conservative FC, I'm going to be aggressive with
aggressive. Yeah.
Not full aggressive whole time.
Uber aggressive, but aggressive.
But if it's like
assertive.
If it's a double game week, yeah, we're gonna attack that.
Yeah.
If the fixture is nice. So, all right, just like with Burnley having 2 doubles here back to back, everybody went and get Weghorst and stuff like that.
Right.
In my mind, same thing. If ASM score 1 goal in each of the doubles, right? That's 8 points. That's 8 points for each double game week. Easy. Let's say you only score 1 each time. All right, that's 16 points normal.
Taking that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wellington go and score.
Who?
No, that is a good shout. Get that. He looked decent, That's a good shout.
Is a DM though.
No, but he looked good though. No, you all watch the game? Joelinton was very much advanced, and he had a few chances. But I mean, obviously, I would never ever recommend
Joelinton.
But no, I may bring him in. I wouldn't recommend because he was looking good. I would like to. As a cheap asset, he was looking real good. He was looking good.
I think so. I think it was West Ham where Bowen blank, right?
Yeah.
Bowen blank against.
Nobody won all. He won all. Yeah, well, yeah. Because Joe Willock scored the goal, the equalizer.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm playing around in my brain here, and if it's 2 -4s or a -4 and a -8. So the question is really, is the extra -4 worth it for having 11 players?
Well, once the maths in your head, once you think you could get back those points and more, because you don't just want to get back that 8 points, you want to at least get 16 points from that. More 8 plus. You want to make sure. So make sure the guys are bringing in. I will never punt. Bringing punts on I will bring in Showman. That's why I brought in McKean. Well, no, not brought in Kane. Sorry, they had Kane. That's why I brought in Rodriguez, and I would have
Rodriguez is a short thing?
And Saka. Yeah, because for me, Rodriguez was very sure. I was very confident, and I got my points returned, and Saka brought in my returns as well too. Right. So I was very confident. I was very confident with that, and of course,
the maths, like I said, the maths I debating is just: is it actually worth just to have 11 players? Because
but
I don't know.
For the next game week, right? Like I say, I
27?
have heavy Liverpool. Heavy
You have 3?
Arsenal.
Do you have 3 Liverpool, 3 Arsenal?
3 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal. That might have to be a free hit for sure.
That's 5 people missing from.
Well, no. So I have the same thing. I think I have 3 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal. Let me see.
Yeah,
I have 3.
If that's the case, then all you have to do is put 3 people on your bench, so you have no benches, nobody coming off, and you can just transfer 2. Yeah, just transfer. How much free transfers you have?
That is 1.
Oh, well, then you can. Well, if you want, you can -4. So you don't have to.
I'm in the same situation.
Yeah,
that's why I'm -4. Right. So that's it. So the key is now you have no bench, so it's risky.
That's the thing. That's it. I'm going with no bench either, as I told you. That's my plan. But I am on 1 free transfer, but I'm -18 because I want to attack the that Spurs game and the Everton game. Yeah, I want to attack that game very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, not even going with 11 men. Might be 10 men because regular mightn't play.
I ain't so much believe it.
That way to do. You see what I tell myself to come on. Not you all had a game where all your players returned. No. So you must have 1 or 2. So you wouldn't cry if 2 people didn't play if the other 9 bring some returns.
I hate that feeling with no bench boy.
I agree.
I'm studying
that.
Because sometimes what the most times they get what 7 men return fee and they still make a 80, still make a 70 something.
I mean, I think this season more than most. What I seen is right. Whatever happened, everybody affected. So we're still playing against each other, right?
Correct.
Fine. You're having a disaster class, but then you go online. Everybody having a disaster class. So all right, your red arrows. Your red arrows 5,000. It's not 200,000 you drop. It's all right. I lose a little spot there. I'll back next week, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I feel like this season more than most is either everybody getting more template, everybody using the same analytics, everybody whatever. But for some reason now
more than FPL Andy.
Yeah. This season more than ever, what you're seeing is just you go ahead now, man, take your risk because everybody's suffering.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're doing good and man still suffering. So it's just I don't know.
All right. So Jarrod, what you say your aim is top 200K?
Well, right now 159K. My highest wage ever was 600K. So right now I'm just trying to do 159. I was higher than that, but game week 20 and 21 I was 85 at a point, 85K at a point, and 90 something. Then I climbed to 85, but 20 and 21 I relaxed because I was not affected by COVID until 21, and that bring me all the way back down to the 200 something.
Let me see. You can remember exactly what it did for 6?
I could bring it up quickly on my side. Yeah, game week history. I could tell you exactly what dealt with me.
You probably had three players each on 2 sides.
So what? So in game week. From game week, not even 16. Wow. So from game week 14, 87K, 15, 87 against steady. Then I climbed to 78K, dropped to 86, 79K. And now, so from game week 18 now, going into 19, I dropped to 159K, dropped to 200K, then dropped to 300. So what killed me in game week 21 there, right, was the fact that I did not have the COVID issues with certain players is what killed me. Right. And I also captured Calvert-Lewin in that game because that's when he came back. I was eager. I will never forget that.
I didn't captain him, but
I was. And the better fit, I will never forget that moment, Andre, when he got the penalty and I was dancing. I was celebrating before I was like, yes, it's DCL. You're never going to discount DCL taking a penalty ever. I've seen this man take a penalty while with Charleston throwing a hissy fit in the corner. That's real pressure. So I tell myself, right, goal, bam, over the band. That killed me from there. And
I could not believe it. You see that match there? So I mean, I didn't suffer as bad though, but I remember that match day. Totally for the same thing. It's just like, so you telling me, because I ended up being on a stretch. So yeah, this season had this stretch with basically all the center forwards was getting injured one after each other.
Correct.
So people had Antonio get injured or something. Everybody jumped to Bamford get injured. Bamford gone, so you jump to DCL get injured. You jumped to right. So I think I just jump on DCL after just jumping on Bamford, and I see. Yeah, so my phone has get notifications from an app on if there's a penalty and thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I see penalty kick every time. I was like, oh yeah, I inside. So I wasn't even watching the game, so I put on the game to watch it. Right. I see my boy step up and smack it wide. Yes.
Over the bar, it wasn't even wide. It was over the bar. It was
wide and high. The man went. It's like he tried to hit Japness. Like he went for Japness.
No, like he was looking for Sergio ball. That's what he was doing. I don't know.
Not at all handsome like FIFA.
That hurt. But and then as I said, the COVID hit my team a bit because I had solid teams while everyone else, as you said, while people were going through a lot of tragedy. I had a solid 11. Up until 19, and then a few of the games got cancelled very last minute, and that was it. And I didn't take any minuses. I didn't take any hits to try and prevent it or fix it. I was like, whatever, roll, and the roll, and I roll all the way back down to 300K. So now I fought my way back now up to the 159. If I could make it above the 100K, I taking that. But for now, I'm comfortable where I am, just trudging along slowly.
The goal is 100K.
Yes, I taking that 100K.
The goal is 100K. You gotta do this for Trinidad, boy. Trinidad. You gotta raise the average of Trinidad.
Yeah, very solid. Even in the AFCON, Trinidad was really good. Yeah.
Seriously. We gotta find this Trini man, boy. They're playing FPL night and day. Trini men and women, just to be.
Yeah, no, I know a few of the ladies that play as well too.
For sure.
I know our whole family just plays son and 10-year-old or 12-year-old.
I mean, mashing them up.
Every FPL.
I really like the stories, and the funniest thing in FPL I like is when people have my dad display. He just pick men based on if their name match with his cereal or something, and then the father mashing them up big time. They have all this spreadsheet planning and thing, licks. So, but so we'll say I doing good right now. Now it's just trying to hold, but I still want to attack though. So halfway through this match day, I am 81K.
Beautiful.
But I know last match day, for example, so around this rank, you use the website Live FPL.
Yeah, of course. Rugby. I'm trying to have him come. On the show after the season. Yeah.
But so his site have it tells you how far you are from other.
Yes,
ranks,
right? Off it. Yeah, from 10K and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, around 100K to 150K or something. So it was 6 points or something, right? So it's just it's real tight. You take a hit here, right? That's it. If men don't perform, but what I'm trying to do, at least right now, I might change my mind. In my mind, because I know so much people free hits in this one.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I really don't think. I think the Southampton game is being overrated. So that I think a lot of people they're not really gonna get the upside that they go in for with this free hit. So I'll still be in there now. I'll still be in there.
Yeah.
And then I want to wet them. Whenever these blanks come out for 30.
Yeah.
And whenever the doubles come out again for 33 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I want to.
Yeah.
But
go heavy. I agree.
But some men have, so men like Andy and them, they do good with their they have all their chips.
Yeah.
So it have guys who have 2 free hits and their wild cards still.
And bench boosts and all these things.
Yeah. God bless. They do good.
So I think that should be enough.
How much you have? What you have?
Our bench boost, our wild card, and our free hit.
All right, you're still good. You're real good.
That should be
good. Real good. Well, when your wild card, make sure your wild card so strong that the next game we get a bench boost. Make sure you get a bench boost right after. Yeah. Make bench boost right after. That's what people do.
Why right after?
So, when you're wild card and you're making sure your wild card's supposed to at least now, of course, before COVID. But now that we have the COVID rules, you could kind of plan ahead. Because you couldn't plan ahead like what we're doing now, right? Yeah. It would never make sense having this show now because between now and then, right? But now we could.
Game week 21, that was special, but every day a game get cancelled on
you couldn't have a show. You couldn't have a show. So what I'm saying is, when you're wild card, the best thing, when you're wild card and try to look ahead for at least 2-3 game weeks. So how I'm going to wild card with 28, I'll try to look ahead with 20, 29. Me, possibly 30. It will be a little tricky, but I'll try my best. Now, if I still had my bench boost, which I don't, I would have definitely used it to cover for 30. So whenever you're going to wild card, try and look ahead and pack your team in a way that you have guys that you know will come on or at least they will provide something for you and you could bench boost. And you're in a good place there. You could even look at wild card and then 35 bench boost 36. I will say that for you. Coming on to the end, you have something to zip them within the end there.
I'll watching I'll be following Ben. I'll be following Ben very closely.
Well, then, yes.
Because Ben gonna pull out the spreadsheet saying, all right, so based on the probabilities, these are the games that could end up being in this.
They were saying that some the Chelsea Arsenal might be swapped with Chelsea Norwich because there's some big Champions League games that day. And they don't think they will get the TV money, so they want to switch it. Wow. So look out for that. That's very soon. So
I don't really like Chelsea assets, except the defense.
No, Ziyech for sure. I'm sorry. Right here, right now. Ziyech, Rudiger. I said it here first.
Yeah.
Right?
Rudiger, Alonso,
Listen.
if Reece come back.
Yeah, when Reece comes back for sure. But Ziyech, right? We say, trust me.
When they're having our next good game week, the blank this week.
No, they have a good run. They
have great fixtures coming up.
They have a great swing of fixtures.
What brilliant.
But they're so sour up front. I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Ziyech. I'm marking Ziyech long time now.
Hey, good luck to you. Good luck to you with that one.
Flying in my team, easy.
Good luck to you with that one.
I'm telling you, say right. I wouldn't guide it wrong, bro. Trust me.
I'll take your advice. I need it.
Because they're playing Burnley. Right, they're playing Burnley in 28 or 29? 28. Right, they're playing Burnley in 28.
Right.
And then I think they have a nice game in 29.
Norwich.
Right,
No,
beautiful. Oh, come on.
That run might have
come on.
I'll buy Lukaku.
No, I was telling but I mean, hey, you never know, You never know. He did us. I think he assisted. He assisted Ziyech. I think he assisted.
Some things you just know, boy. Some things you just know. Some things, I know they say you never know, but some things, you know. You know. Lukaku, you ain't doing
it. No, it was Alonso assisted, not Ziyech. You see, well, look at that, Lord Father. Well, hard luck.
Wait, now Chelsea not playing next game week either?
No, don't tell us Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, blanking. Yeah.
How much game Chelsea? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So there's a lot to plan for.
Yeah, but I might have to plan a little bit more like you guys.
There's no problem. Well, my DM's always open, no problem, man.
I appreciate that. I shoot it from the hip too much, so I might try to plan it out.
Well, I don't even understand how this transformation took place, because you started the season as Mr. Conservative.
Because Andre,
holding all the transfers,
the
COVID,
and it's like I say I'll sit through it. I meant taking -8 and thing and blowing out the water. It's like
I actually think there's a part of the season where you catch up on me from like I don't know, like
good when him and then start a pot and
but it's like how much points you close the gap and pass, right?
Yeah.
And then just so you down battle, down horrendous. I
was trusting the process.
Yeah.
But the process didn't trust me.
Oh Lord. Yeah. But I'll give you all a joke. This is my first season ever taking hits. My first hit ever. I never ever. I am Mr. Never ever. I don't care. Just 8 men. I played 8 men once already, and I was like, nope, not doing it. And then, the one game I did it, I got 102 points.
What?
So you changed your mind?
That was a few weeks ago. And
so you change your mind.
And then I did it again there for this game. Yeah, the -4, and now we're going to do a -8. First -8. So let me see. I mean, you gotta go for the biscuit for the biscuit. You know, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. You know, you gotta risk it. If you want to get up there. And I think if you're still upwards of 200K, you have a great chance of finishing very, very high.
I'm million right now.
How much you at right now?
Million.
You drop some?
Yeah, I drop real far away.
What's your?
You can still jump up in the 500 if you play aggressive enough. If you play aggressive enough, you can still jump up.
Yeah.
Well, so I know this is the time of season. So I mean, this is my 3rd season, right? I think.
Okay, sure.
I think it's my 3rd season. I know I've seen that this is the time of this season where the veterans is smash. So once all these double game weeks start coming and thing, this is where without COVID, these men usually plan very meticulously.
Yeah, and this is where normally shine. Yeah, this is where normally shine. Normally.
So this is where the normies, so like me and Ting playing previous seasons where I like Ting. These men now, I wasn't like them. I wasn't.
Yeah.
These men would have, so I'll have these 6 men on doubles and whatever. So in these game weeks where I would average 50 points, they're averaging 85 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just so men who was just next to me in rank, they're gone. Can't catch them.
Going
in like 5 game weeks.
Yeah.
So,
but the key thing too, don't get too carried away with the double game weeks, because I usually don't attack double game weeks. But the thing with the double game weeks, especially this season, there are a lot of decent single game week fixtures, and people overlooking those as well because they tell themselves, I wouldn't get.
Right.
Right. Now, I made a huge sacrifice and drop Bruno. Only because I was like, you know what, bring him in. Which I shouldn't have, but that's okay, hindsight. Yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. But I have a lot of doublers that once they secure the bag for me, should be able to make a Fort Bruno dead. And Bruno,
Number 26?
shockingly, sorry?
You talking about this week?
Yeah, this right now as you continue here. And
Nah,
funny
boy,
enough,
I have a feeling Salah gonna reward all of us.
well, we'll see.
time.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think Salah gonna put a beaver on Leeds. You know?
Well, all right.
We're gonna be talking about this for the next 10 years.
I taken that. Taking that. But I just feel like and the shocking thing is Bruno didn't kill me because I thought Bruno would have dropped my rank. I still got a green arrow. Even though
Saka saved you.
Saka and Son saved my whole career.
Oh yeah, Son too.
Son saved me.
But plenty men had Son though. I didn't realize so much men had Son until
I was shocked too.
Apparently, City versus Tottenham is a given. Tottenham going.
Nah, well, they had a double.
No, I had Son since I captained Son 2 weeks ago when he scored the cheat goal. I captained him that game week. When he scored the goal that shouldn't have been allowed, I captained him that day. So I had him a little while.
Yeah.
I wrote him as soon as I like to bring my guys as soon as they're back in the fold. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
Kane might put a hitting on men too.
Yeah, Kane coming in for sure 27.
Yeah,
I can't even.
Yeah, no brainer.
I had enough of these forwards that dilly dally and I'm playing around and thing. It's been hard shifting them around, right? Antonio and Dennis here and all right. I need a forward that.
Yeah.
What everybody thought CR7 was when he started the league.
Everybody
thought he was. Now everybody thought he must have thing. Right?
Nope. I was the only person saying no. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. No.
Also, so was you put the OB on him, man?
I just knew that was the worst choice man you could have made. But that's a whole different topic. That's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation, right? That's a whole other conversation.
All right, well, Jarrod, bro. So it's great. I will try the plan, and I'll tell you how it went. We'll keep in contact.
Yes.
I'll send you the link so that when you're talking to the man, you're talking with some sense now. You can't just be out there
shooting from the hip.
You can't be out here lost talking all kind of things.
You have no problem with that. No, the thing with that, you're shooting from the hip, but make sure you aim, because these guys, the aim was on point.
You have a clip. Yeah, we'll say you have a clip where you say he's shooting from the hip in the dark with a bandana.
Oh, yes, I saw it.
I
saw it. That's why I targeted him this episode, because I saw some things that he said, right? But if he played it right, Andre, he could have been up, If he played it right, he could have been
triple captain and Dennis, he could have been right.
No. Before we go, that was a great decision.
Nah, man.
No. Just now.
I'll give you the one reason why it
didn't work. Oh, I didn't jump.
Home, Jarrod.
I didn't know. Is anything that we do? Nothing is guaranteed, right? And I try to tell the viewers that do not be dismayed. You're bringing this player. It didn't work out, and it was a bad decision. No, you did your homework. It was Norwich,
right?
Dennis and King against Pookie and Rashika and Hanley and these men. No, I was not confident personally that Watford would have won. I just in my heart,
the heart of hearts,
because Norwich pushing. Well, go ahead, Andre.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of juju and rukumba, all over that Watford side. Once they start their shipping is online there. When they ban Dennis, and then they come online and say, guess who's in training or something, some kind of mockery, right? the amount of juju that went on that team from that moment,
and the audacity to congratulate.
Exactly.
The audacity to send congratulations.
To be honest, the ITUS. So I think it was 2 games, or maybe it was 1 game. I think there was 1 game in between the double and
Tottenham where they take him off halftime.
And they announced, right? So I think it might have been 2 games. So there was a game first, and then he got taken off at halftime. And I watched them 2 games, and I was like, he had gone. He had gone. His head is gone. I'm not gonna sell him, because it's still a double. But I don't think this man gonna score like he was before.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And listen, the amount of bad mind. I joined the chorus, dog. I joined in too. I was like, yeah, I can't wait for them to get demoted after this behavior. So them done. And him scoring this last game week here. All right, good. I'll take the points every now and then.
Of course.
He ain't done yet.
He has some more doubles, so I had to keep him still a little bit more. All right.
I'll even say, look at Sa, because I have Sa on my C team. I'm watching Sa. I have Sa on my C team. Scout, one of my scouts.
Before Sa get injured, Sa pick up some.
That was good.
Yeah.
Sa was good in the release. First few.
But you saw the assist? The assist was mad. He's on natures. Oh,
Yeah.
The assist was better than the goal. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I ain't watch your review show for the weekend yet.
Oh, no, but as you're up at midnight, sometimes 1 in the morning watching all that. Because you're trying to get the prepare content now.
Right.
I appreciate that, bro. Keep up the good work. And this space here, more than FPL wise, they connected with so many people and, cool people. And they hear different perspectives.
Yeah,
right? Like you and Andre, more along the planning,
Yeah.
And I need to meet somebody who does shoot from the hip too. But till then, it was real nice
Well,
to meet you, Jarrod.
I will guide you because my team is mostly, I do like to with differentials, but that's what it is. I just like to play different. Like I remember I brought in Gallagher.
Oh, you had differential.
I brought in Gallagher in game week 9.
Yeah.
That's like best pick.
That was before the City game, and everybody's like, why are you doing that? Why do I started him? And well, you all know the rest from there, right? I brought in Gray in game week 3. I have a clip of someone at like, why are you bringing Gray? I say Gray gonna score goals, and so said, so done. So that's why I like your strategy, but you have to make sure the aim on point. But again, the eye test. I try to watch. If you could get to watch, because highlights to me don't really. What I do when I watch, I don't really care about the guys that score and assist. I'm watching the pre-assisters and I'm watching the guys that fill in up the spaces because sometimes the FPL returns, switches and rotates. So the one that assists this game mightn't be the one. The one that pre-assists might be the one that assists. So I know I like to watch. So that's how I watch it. That's why I like to watch a game. If I don't watch a game for a week, trust me, my points dip because I didn't get a chance to see who did. And that is killing me. That kills me a lot if I don't get to watch the games. I need to see the games.
That's real cool, and I'm thankful that I think that's where I started to fall off, where I stopped watching the FPL and these, and now taking the FPL Pavilion to break down all the information, all the games I get to see, and channel them now, boy. I stopped watching that.
Oh, you stop watching?
Yeah, I fall off bad. I think that when my game, going down the tree.
I actually, it's the opposite, I actually have started watching less of like the FPL people specifically.
Yeah.
I watch Pavilion. I watch a couple just right before deadline, just see what people are talking about.
Yeah.
But really and truly, what I've done differently this season is I'm probably doing more statistics than I've done before. And I'm probably reading more threads than I have before. So I read people's threads on what they think this and why and why. And I'm just looking for fallacies now, looking for that ain't making no sense. This man didn't even realize he has some confirmation bias there. All right, that's all right though. All right, I'll keep reading. And then, all right. So these days I read it. No, Twitter. Boy, the amount of FPL accounts on Twitter is insane. You can't even keep up.
No.
You can't even keep up. Tell me about one I never even see, and that's an interesting one that I would have wanted to see, the one with the heat map. What you say is like a heat map?
That whole. I was saying like you have to watch this show. Really good.
Never seen that one. But have men
really
who is all XG based, have men who they're specific to a team. So this man has only watched Wolves and he's an FPL man for Wolves.
Right.
It's just like cost.
As an FPL teacher. FPL teacher very good at that. He does that. He's a Wolves fan.
A man named Raptor?
Yes, Raptor. Yeah, Raptor's amazing. He's amazing.
Rare content.
Yes.
So I make a FPL list.
Right. You have to filter your content, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you'll be mad, your feed will be crazy. Yeah.
I'm in Twitter post primary. I don't know how to do them.
Nah, that one is an easy one. I can show you that one.
Anyway, gentlemen, appreciate you guys. Jarrod, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Sure.
Thanks for distilling some knowledge. We'll have to stay in contact to link up all the information below, all the threads, all the FPL, all the content. For sure, link up your site. And I might be in your DMs.
That's not a problem. Not a problem at all.
Trying to get the advantage on Andre.
We gotta do this again. So what's the next big one? Blank. I know you will have a big show, Jarrod, for the blank yourself, but
yeah, anytime. This was great. I really appreciate you all having me on, man. And I love the work that you all do. I watch your videos. I'm a big fan of Colonel Glenn, so I was really like,
nice.
Yeah. That was cool. That was really cool. Yeah. Big fan of him.
Boy.
So I like what you all doing, man. You all keep up the good work, man. And fly that flag high, man. Let's try and get training content, YouTube content, up there. Yeah.
That was nice. You had to build that foundation.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, gentlemen. Jarrod, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
See you on the timeline.
for sure.